Hello, hello. It is time for another live edition of the Black Belt Newscast. I'm Cindy Fisher, publisher.
I'm Todd Prater, staff writer.
And we are here. It's Friday, April 25th. We are live together today.
Yeah.
From our office and headquarters here on Broad Street in Selma.
The Queen City.
The Queen City of the Black Belt. Reminder that while we're live, we actually can see your comments. So if y'all want to say something to us, ask us a question, or just say hi. We like it when sometimes you guys just say hi. You can make a comment wherever you're watching us, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and we will see it in our comments. And we can say hi to you back. And we can also ask or answer any questions you guys might have, because we actually got a good one last week about the Teppers building. So if y'all have any questions while we're live, let us know. We'll answer as best we can while we're live.
And another good thing too is if we don't know the answer, we know that somebody needs to know it, so we can
find
the answer.
Find it. So all of our stories come from blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. So all these stories that we're posting, and selmasun.com will soon be partnered in with the Black Belt News Network, and it will be our Dallas County page. So very soon you guys will see an updated, I'm redesigning blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It'll have a little different look.
Oh, good deal. Okay.
And Selma Sun will be added to it.
It's always nice to freshen up a little bit.
A little fresh. Yeah. So that's coming up soon. Send your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We can't be everywhere, but this is a community effort for us to work together to get our news out there. And us experienced reporters would be glad to do a lot of the stories, but we find that you guys are awesome writers and photographers, videographers as well.
Well, like you say, it's a community effort, community correspondence.
You can send your stories to us, but you can also send a resume or some story ideas to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And you could be one of our correspondents. That is how we have been extending our tentacles into the Black Belt by adding our community correspondents all over the place.
Big octopus.
And a news octopus.
A news octopus. Hey, that's our new name, the news octopus.
That could be our mascot.
Extending our tentacles into your community.
Yeah, it could be our mascot.
Yeah.
You could have like our logo on his face.
Yeah.
Okay. You can also make donations. We have a fiscal sponsor. So it is tax deductible if you make donations to us, because our content is currently free. We're going to keep it free. There is no paywall.
Yeah, exactly.
But we can't do what we're doing for free. So we would love to have donations to keep us going, so that we have the opportunity to do all the work that we are doing and bring you the stories from all over the Black Belt. All right, let's get started. I think that was all good stuff to get us started. Our first story is out of Marengo County. Whitfield Hospital put out their economic impact study. So this is data from 2023. So that's the latest data, hospital data, that showed an $83 million impact that Whitfield Regional Hospital has on the Black Belt region and Marengo County. And, it's located on 80 there in Demopolis. They employ about 350 people, and they say they generate a total labor impact of about $24 million in Marengo County and surrounding counties. And there's an estimate that the CEO, Doug Brewer, says he thinks if this was 2025 numbers, the economic impact could be closer to $100 million.
Wow.
There's a lot of this goes on with Whitfield that's more than just an economic impact. They obviously provide healthcare in the Black Belt, which we need. We have very few hospitals, and Thomasville closed. Grove Hill reduced their services. Paul Jones has reduced theirs in Camden, and so in a way, they're like the closest thing we have, especially for those with lack of transportation. So you see the School of Sciences, Health Sciences, is for the healthcare employees that they're hoping to build at this site and they're planning to build. They're going to start at the University of West Alabama first, but that's connected to Whitfield. So these students will come from there to the hospital for their studies.
And they're also hoping that the students will fall in love with rural and stay in rural areas, because part of the plan of the healthcare science is to the School of Health is to help cultivate people, doctors, nurses, whatnot, who want to stay in rural areas because we have such a shortage
We
in rural.
do. And you saw some space there where Wallace Community College has announced they're going to be doing a $10 million building on the side there where it will be for the students in dual enrollment.
I'll talk more about that when we talk about Dr. Mitchell, but he and I.
Yes, you talked about that.
Subject, so yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's go on to food banks in the Black Belt are bracing for federal cuts. They've already seen the federal cuts in a way that's happened even before the change of administration.
Yeah.
A loss of about $600,000 on the Heart of Alabama. And that's one. So the Heart of Alabama in Montgomery, this is the Selma Area Food Bank. It is an affiliate of the Heart of Alabama Food Bank that's in Montgomery. And the one here in Selma serves 4 counties: Dallas, Perry, Wilcox, Marengo, maybe.
Hale.
So they do a lot of counties, and this is federal dollars that have been cut. Specifically, Selma's hit was on the farmers' dollars. So this is the program where they pay for food grown by local farmers. The Heart of Alabama has asked the Montgomery Commission and the City Council to provide $100,000 each to make up toward that $600,000 loss. The city has agreed to do it. The county of Montgomery is still in discussions of how they can come up with it with a change in their budget. So talking to the new director, Ryan Johnson at Selma Area Food Bank, he is saying that it hasn't affected them as much, where they're going to have to cut staff and they're not going to have to be asking for funds from locals just yet. So it is interesting though, because these food banks do help for the least of these. And they do have a lot with the senior commodity boxes. That is a monthly feeding program. So it's always important to see. Now, one of the things I thought was neat that Ryan had said about Selma is that one of the reasons they don't hurt as much is because they've got like 13 different retailers that give them and donate the stuff. Now, they twice a week make rounds to all of these 13
retailers. I remember Jeff talking about that. When we're going to have an interview, by the way, to talk about the new Jeff Harrison leaving and Ryan coming in.
So that's for the Selma area, and Selma Area Food Bank really is a huge provider for.
Yeah, and they like you said, they have multiple counties and multiple food pantries depend on them.
They do. I know Amifa Butler in Uniontown in Perry County. She depends on Selma Area Food Bank. So we will keep you posted on those cuts, but it sounds like they're making the adjustments as they need.
It's making it happen.
All right. Staying in Selma for a sec, the Riverfront Multiplex, and this has been planned for a few years. The $4 million came in. This is actually from today. This is the Riverfront Amphitheater. And so on property here in front of this amphitheater is where the city would like to build a new multiplex. And the idea is that it would be for conferences so that they can be held in Selma while you're already bringing in people. If they're coming to Selma for Sarah Prater got this for us. Did a really good job. She went all the way to the back and everything. Look at that. We don't halfway do anything in our
No.
This is great.
And we got people who do it for us. See that she's a correspondent.
I know.
What's cool too is I don't know if you've ever been in that building, but there's a lot of space in that building that is not being used right now.
So it sounds like there's a lot of effort. So it's $4 million that Terry Sewell got for the design and the process of the multiplex. It'll be at least $20 million to build it itself. It came before the city council recently, maybe last week before, and there's still some discussion over how that money will be allocated to do the actual construction. The challenge with this is that a lot of the city council members feel like there's other stuff not getting done where the money needs to go, like potholes. And so it didn't get a very warm reception from the council and has been tabled for the discussion of how to pay for the multiplex. It is also worth noting that there's talks of the city hall being put in that multiplex. So what happens to the old city hall is another valid question. So there's some strategy and some planning for the multiplex coming up. But it's been an interesting process watching, and new construction would be wonderful in our area,
would be
especially on the waterfront. That would be really great.
Oh yeah, the waterfront. Yeah.
Okay. You get to hear me talk again.
Well,
So the State Department of Education, we reached out to them today, the Black Belt News Network, or this week, and asked a question about this loss of $4 million, this $3.9 million that the city of Selma school system was planning to use and has, made a part of their cushion and plan to build School of Discovery. And it now looks like the that has been held, that money, because of the federal cuts, has been held back, also because it is COVID money. And the argument was that it was supposed to be used during COVID, and it's been dragging on too long. But the city has been using it and had a few hitches in their construction process, and that's why they hadn't used it yet. So the state superintendent, Eric Mackey.
Yeah.
I knew his name wasn't Ed. I know Eric. He has said that he will submit he will fight for for the money. And so they will appeal to see if that, because they thought city of Selma, and there's 4 other cities, not just Selma, that had this money waiting. They were told they had until March 26th of 2026. And so they thought they had another year. So now it looks like there's going to be an appeal, and the state's going to fight for that money. The construction does continue on the School of Discovery. So we will keep you posted on where that goes next.
On the latest developments.
It's your turn.
My turn. I get to talk.
Green Street Baptist Church is reopening. Tell us the history of all that.
I had the most wonderful talk with the folks at Green Street Baptist Church yesterday, and that interview and a print story will be coming out real soon. But I got to sit down with the folks at Green Street. You remember we did a story a while back about Green Street. The building had collapsed some years ago. They put a little green space in the middle of it, of the original. Well, that original building got blown away by the tornado, and now the other building that was still standing got damaged. That is most of the congregation knows Aaron Roper. He's a member there. They were telling me that they are now back in their building, and they have plans for expansion. They're going to put there'll be some new construction, new growth, and all that is coming up in the near future. But they were just really happy to be back in their own home. They have actually been holding services at Miller Funeral Home across the street while this building was being repaired. And now it's safe for them to go. So they're back. And the congregation, they said it's wonderful how folks who had kind of scattered a little bit when they stopped having church in that church had disappeared, but they're now coming back, and more people are coming in. So we'll have that coming up as far as a whole story on that in the interview. It's really some really
That's
great
uplifting.
Yeah,
and it's interesting too, because we are more than 2 years out from the tornado of January 2023 that did so much damage in Selma.
Yeah.
But yet we're still getting some rebuilding stories. And that one looked bad before the tornado.
It did. But it like I said, what was left of it got, they turned it into the best they could, but even that got pretty messed up. So
awesome. It's great to see them back in their Sunday best.
Yeah, exactly. Back home.
I'm going to do a quick little note here for something coming up next week. And there were some meetings this week as well. Selma Now. We've done some stories on Selma Now is a study, a strategy that came out of the post-tornado. Speaking of the tornado, so the city of Selma has this, it's like a survey, and then they surveyed people. It's been going on for at least a year of interviewing people and making this plan. So now it's time for them to present the plan in public meetings. And so there are town hall meetings. They were held the 24th. So there were a few yesterday, but there's some today. And there's some next week on Tuesday. So check this schedule. If you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, this same ad is on there When I
Okay.
put it up, I wasn't sure if it was going to be too big or not. It's a little big.
But
It's
it's
a little
easy to
big,
read.
but it has the information that you need. I just
Yeah.
could not see whittling that down too much, because then you're not going to know. Those QR
Right.
codes will take you to the draft plan that
Mhm.
is being discussed and to a survey you can take about it. So, the city of Selma actually reached out to us and asked us if we would talk about this on the newscast so that we could get everybody interested and to participate. They want your engagement.
Yeah, and let
They
everybody
want
know
you
that
to
it's
come to the
happening.
meetings. They want you to know it's happening.
Yeah. And because they want your input. They want your input as to what to do next.
Yeah. So check this out. Go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and you will see this ad.
Okay.
It is big as everything in there. And that will give you a way. I also link it to the website.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is click on that ad and it'll take you right to that will have the list of all the meetings that you can make one of them. They've got a lot of options on meetings. All right.
All right.
You had a busy week.
I did. It was a great week. I got to go to Selma University's Founders Day. 147 years Selma University has been in Venice. That, of course, is the president of the school, Dr. Stanford Angion. Really cool guy. I really like him. A very large crowd of folks
Wow.
showed up. That is Dr. Bobby Knight, who is the president of Miles College in Birmingham.
Yes.
Fairfield, to be more exact. She spoke with a keynote speaker and talked about how important it is to, even in these days and times, that HBCUs still carry on the torch and fight for the Black community and the youth, and to help to educate and bring up the next generation of Black youths. And they're predominantly Black. There's obviously other races that go to these schools, but they're predominantly Black. And she says it's very important that we keep this going. And of course, everybody thanked Dr. Angion for what he's done since he got there. Because, Selma University was in some trouble. And when he took over as president, he's actually turned the school around. They have the enrollment is up, and they've gotten their federal funding coming back. I think they've got their accreditation back. They've done a lot of great things. So for 147 years, they have been fighting adversity and continue to do so, but have survived.
Not everybody can go and survive, or succeed and do well
Right.
in the big school environment. I think it's really important to be in a school environment where it fits you. Selma University does a lot of ministers.
Right. They're very,
but
it's a Christian.
I have met a biology major.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've got
it
a
was
lot.
founded as a college to train Black ministers.
Yeah.
But it does more than just that now.
It does.
And it's really interesting that the land that they put it on originally was Selma Fairgrounds.
Oh, I think I knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Selma Fairgrounds.
There's a lot of history there, and
if
you go and Google it in our Black Belt News Network, you'll see all the money they've been getting, grants to renovate and redo a lot of their property. That's right there in the heart of Selma.
And very, very historic too. Very historic school.
All right, tell me more about what the plan is.
The plan
for Dr. Mitchell when he retires.
Speaking of schools, we went. I got to go to Wallace Community College and speak with Dr. James Mitchell, another great man that I hate to see him leaving Selma, but 25 years he's been, piloting the Wallace Community College Selma ship, and he decided it was time to go home. He's from North Carolina. He and his wife are going to go back there. They built a retirement home, as he said. They'll spend time with their family. But while he was here, one of the first things he did, he said one of the most important things he did to attract students and to make the university viable was to fix it. When he got there, every building was in a serious state of disrepair, leaking and having problems. So he said one of the first things, he literally says in this interview that's on Black Belt News Network, one of the first things he had to do was fix the roof.
Yeah.
And, that was the beginning of repairs and improvements that have taken the student population from 500 to over 1,000, almost 2,000 actually, and growing. And they're adding curriculum. They're adding buildings, like you said. They've got the building that he's putting together at Demopolis.
And they have a good campus.
Yeah, they have a good
Demopolis,
campus
too.
in Demopolis. But that interview is up on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Under multimedia.
Under
and it's also
multimedia.
on our YouTube page.
Also on YouTube, and it's also in the print edition of Selma Sun. If I
And
remember
it is
correctly.
on the front page of
Yeah.
the print edition of the Selma Sun.
Good information. Really great man.
So we have a new director of Old Cahaba.
New director at Old
Old
Cahaba. Well, as y'all remember, a few months ago, Linda Derry, who has been 40 years at Old Cahaba, retired. And that right there is William Henry. He is originally he was born in Los Angeles, moved to Kentucky, not far from Cincinnati, and he was actually trained in Romania and met his wife, who's from Huntsville, on a dig in Romania.
Okay.
And because his wife is from Alabama, Linda had actually suggested to him to take this job, and he did, and apply for it. That is, get this, that's his wife. We talked with her as well at their home, the Henry home.
Okay.
When he saw it up for sale, he said, "It's the Henry home. It's meant to be." So he managed to pull some strings to get that house. And I say pull some strings. He just, had bought the house.
You just got to pay for it.
But the interview is coming up. And the reason why I interviewed his wife is because she too is an archaeologist, but she's going to kind of lay that to the side and do something with that home that is going to benefit the whole community.
All right.
And benefit anybody, that needs to use it.
As a B&B.
As a B&B. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a great idea.
And she's also going to have potentially have other meeting spaces for like other nonprofits or community organizations that want to have a place to meet, because there's more house there than they absolutely need. But they thought, well, we can preserve the house, take care of it, but open it to the public.
That's a great
All that
idea.
is going to come. Yeah, it's going to be
Beautiful.
a great interview too. So you'll enjoy that.
We have some really great properties in the Black Belt.
Beautiful stuff.
I drive by them all the time. Like, man, I wish I could buy that one.
Yeah.
Or know how to renovate.
Oh, exactly.
I'm not very handy like that, y'all. All right. Let's do a little Black Belt roundup.
Black Belt roundup. Round, get around. We get around. Yeah.
All right. There's some really great. Well, first I'm going to announce that West Alabama Highway is opening an office in Demopolis, which I think is really cool. We have a story on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com about that. And, this is this economic driver of widening 43 and making it where trucks and vehicles can get a lot better through, and it's helpful for distribution.
Yeah, a lot more efficiently and safely.
And hopefully, I think more people should use it to get to the beach. 65 is a pain.
Yeah.
I grew up Tuscaloosa, taking 43 going through Demopolis and Linden. So I think that's the best way to go. If you ask me, it's a beautiful drive. For
starters.
It is. So they're all opening an office. So the West Alabama Highway. Tonight at 5:00 is the State of the City address that the Mayor James Perkins is going to be giving tonight. And I will be there. That's why I'm dressed nice on a Friday. I don't normally. I had jeans on, and then I was like, oh, wait, crap. And changed. Seriously, I did.
I love it.
And there's another really cool event in Camden.
The Mark Curl Barbecue Cook-Off and Antique and Custom Auto Show.
Well, I was going to talk about the harvest.
Oh, you know, I was looking at the
the barbecue thing is cool too.
Wilcox County got some cool things. Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. But anyway,
has 2 great events this week.
Yeah, I jumped ahead of you. Sorry
You
about that.
did. Well, it's funny because I know you like cars.
Oh yeah,
and barbecue.
Oh,
and
what makes you say that?
I'm a music major, y'all. I'm a flute performance music major, if y'all didn't know that. So I'm excited about the harvest.
Hey, I'm all about music too, but cars? Oh man.
I know. At 7 p.m. on Saturday, Hannah Cope Johnson will be playing the harp for everybody. This is part of the Wilcox Historical Society.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And she is she actually does performances at Carnegie Hall. She's part of the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra, which is really cool.
Wow.
And you can get you can get tickets at Black Belt Treasures.
Oh, cool.
Or online. There's a link to Eventbrite.
So while you're down there for the Mark Curl Barbecue Cook-Off and Car Show, pick up a ticket and go see the concert.
Then go, after you fill
that'll
yourself
be long
up.
after the
That's
car
right.
show.
That's right. Anyway.
And the car show and all is usually right there in front of Black Belt Treasures. So you can go right in.
I mean, right? So we're going to couple them all together.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Next, I want to talk for a second about our calendar.
Oh man,
we have a new calendar. Let me share my screen here so I can see it. So we've been working very hard to populate this site. So some of your events might already be on there because we have we have a new service that actually has a robot, an AI kind of thing that pulls in events. Like this jewelry show. I'm not sure we did that one. I think the robot found that. But I know I put in the event for here we go. For like the Selma Charity League is doing their event, but you can put your event in here too. So all you have to do is go over to your add event and add your event. It doesn't cost you anything, but you can upgrade it and put it in at this top of it. You can put your event up there. I love it too because I purposely added this. I'm going back to the top. See service events. If you click on that, it takes you to food, clothing, housing. If you need something, anything,
right.
We want to have that in our calendar. So go to under services, service events. That is going to have the food giveaways that are available in the Black Belt. If you have one, we found that our robot doesn't pick up a lot of these. If you've got a food giveaway day, a backpack giveaway that's coming up in the summer, school supplies and all that, please put it in the calendar. We can put it into the services, and people can go to that to find out what's going on.
Yeah, be like a central clearinghouse, and everybody will know what's going on in all the different
towns. I did it because I just felt like no one else was doing it.
Yeah.
So it was something that I think is important for our area and fill the need.
Yeah.
All right. I always like to thank.
One more thing. Round up. We talked about the Mark Curl Car Show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next Saturday, May 3rd, is the Cruising the Big B at Foscue Park in Demopolis.
Oh, and I love Foscue.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be raising money to improve the playground for the kids.
Awesome.
That's next Saturday, and then next Sunday, there's a video up about this. Is the homecoming at Summerfield Church
community.
up in you realize that town and that town is as old as the state of Alabama.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's just right down the road. It's in Dallas County.
It's in Dallas County. So that's all coming up next weekend.
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me of that. Some of this is on the calendar, and it should be on the calendar.
It should be on the calendar. We'll put it on the calendar.
We'll make sure it's on the calendar. I love my new calendar. I'm so proud of it.
It's cool.
All right. Now
we like to say.
I do like to say thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Brandon Miller Funeral Home. Give a thoughtful final gift to your family. And this helps them from fighting with each other because you will have already made the decision of what you want by meeting with one of their trained advisors and pre-planning. It also can save you money. Give them a call, 334-874-9081. I memorized that number, by the way, because we say it every week and my glasses aren't on because I'm too vain to wear them. I love you guys. Did I say that? Okay. I do that for you. Memorize. All right. We also take donations.
Yeah.
Support us and the work we're doing. We love doing this for you. This is why we do. We work pretty much every day, don't we?
Yeah, pretty much every day. And
I try to take
there's some
Saturday
days when
off.
you go, gosh, I wish I could have some time. But at the end, when we get a story out of when you come up and put a question up on the thing, or
we just can't stop ourselves.
Run into people outside and they thank us for it. Yeah. It makes it worth it because we know we're doing what we need to do.
Yeah.
And we want to do it for free.
Some days I like to sleep in. I want to sleep in someday. Maybe. I don't know.
But when
either way,
I would love to sleep in every now and then.
We love doing this for you, but help us be able to afford to keep doing it.
Yeah, because we got to pay our bills.
Yep. All right. I did have one other thing. Go follow us at Black Belt Outdoors on Facebook. It's fishing tournament season. Turkey, are we still in turkey season?
Yeah, I believe turkey season is coming to an end. I'll have to double check. I don't remember, but I think
All
I think we're
right.
still in it right now.
I think so
Yeah.
too. So that's the stuff we've been posting on our
Right.
Black Belt Outdoors. Sign up for our daily newsletter. It comes out 3:00 every day. If you don't get this, it's free. It costs nothing,
Yeah,
and you
nothing.
will get the headlines every single day.
Mhm.
Soon, when we merge our websites, everybody, Selma and Black Belt will all be one email. So you're going to
good,
get
yeah.
so many great things.
Yeah.
You already do 3:00, and it is free. When you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, it asks you within the first 3 seconds. It's so easy. You just put in your email address.
Mhm.
Costs you nothing. And I do nothing with your email address. I don't sell it. I promise.
No, except send you an email. That's all we do.
We send you emails. All right.
We cover everything.
Phew.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm going through it. Yes. So we've had a great Friday with you. And weather is terrific. We're coming up on the end of school.
Yeah.
Send us your
Can you believe that?
stories.
Wow.
We will see you next Friday.
Yes, please
And
join us.
until then,
Have a great week.
have a great week.